afternoon, dear students. Welcome to the next session of our class, Tanks and Groundwater Part 1. In the previous class, we discussed about the fishing. When the fishermen will go, so twice a day they'll go for fishing. The women will sell in the market. These all we discussed in the previous session. Now today our topic is Cooperative Society of Fishermen. What is cooperative society? Already we discussed about the cooperative societies in the 6th class. From the cooperative societies, the farmers will take the loans, isn't it? And the same cooperative societies now. The cooperative society of fishermen, let us discuss. Okay. So, if to become the member of a cooperative society, a family needs to have a membership. A family needs to have a membership. So to become the member of this cooperative society, one family needs to have a member in the cooperative society. Okay? Then, so a family needs to have a membership in the cooperative society for what? For fishing students. They should become the member of cooperative society for fishing. So how can they become the member? How can they become the member of the cooperative society? So the membership will decide. How they will give the membership? The membership will be decided on the basis of ayakat. The membership will be, how they will decide? They will decide on the ayakat. Ayakat meaning what? Already I explained, but even though I will explain you, the command area of a tank is called ayakat. The command area of a tank. The command area means how much area is the tank built. That full area is called ayakat. So the membership also will be depend upon the ayakat, means the command area of a tank. Okay, so how they will give? Usually the cooperative society gives the membership per 2.5 acres one person. 2.5 acres. Already I said 1 acre is equal to 4,000 square yards, students. So here one person will become the member for 2.5 acres. For 2.5 acres, one person will be taken. And there are 339 members in the society today. Which society? We were talking about the Betavolu village, isn't it? Okay. So, 339 members are there in the society now. How many members? 339 members. Have you understood here? A family needs to have a membership in the cooperative society for what they want to become the member? For fishing. So how they will decide the member? Depend upon the ayakat. Ayakat means command area of a tank. So 2.5 acres. For 2.5 acres, one person will become the member. Okay. Now there are today 339 members are there in the cooperative society for fishing. How many members are there? 339 members are there. How many members? 339 members. 339 members are there in the society today. And the society pays 2,35,000. How much they pay? 2,35,000 amount. This is the rupees, students. How many members are there in the cooperative society for fishing? 339 members are there. And these 339 members, how much they are paying? They are paying 2,35,000 to whom they are paying? They are paying to Fisheries Department. Did you get any connection here? Once again I repeat. See, we were talking about the cooperative society. So, to become the member of this cooperative society for fishing, the person should take the membership. Okay. So, how they will give the membership? For every 2.5 acres, one person will be given. So, like that, now we have 339 members. And these 339 members all together, they paid 2,35,000 to the Fisheries Department. Here is a question, students. Why they paid 2,35,000 amount for the fisheries department, do you know? For fish seedings. What for they paid? Fish seedlings. That means if they pay this amount, the fisheries department will give the baby fishes or eggs of the fish for this cooperative society members. So what they will do, they will take this fish seedlings and they will put it into the tank, students. They will put into the tank. So when these fish seedlings grows, isn't it? Then it becomes fish. When it ready, then this all the members, they will do fishing in that. And they will take all the fish and equally they will divide this fish and they will sell in the market. Because all together paid 2,35,000 to the fisheries department. They got fish seedlings. So all they have put these fish seedlings into the tank. Okay, after that they'll give food and all for the fish. They will take care of the fish seedlings. When these fish seedlings becomes baby fish, then again it grows into a fish. Then they will do fishing all together. So these all members are the fishermen only. So they all together they'll go for fishing. They'll collect that fish and all equally they will share the fish and they will sell in the market. Okay. Otherwise all together they will sell in the market. Whatever money they will get, that equally share. Okay. Fine. Now, so this is actually the cooperative society. But recently one problem arises in the fishermen. What is that? Let us see. What is the problem they are facing? See, over now they spent money. After that, when they sell in the market, they may get profit or not. So nowadays what happened? Many fishermen, they are going for loans. They are taking loans to buy the fish seedlings. Because they have to pay this amount to the fisheries department. Now for one time they paid over, they sold in the market. Okay. So again for buying seedlings, again they have to pay this amount to the fisheries department. So for this they need money, isn't it, friends? So for this what the fishermen are doing nowadays, that's why they are facing lot of problem. What is that? Let us discuss. A new practice has been seen in the many fishing tanks. One is what practice we said? Cooperative societies. They become the member of the cooperative societies. They'll pay some amount all together. The members, they'll pay the amount to the fisheries department. They buy the fish seedlings. Then they'll put it into the tank. After that, they will sell in the market and the money equally they will share. The next practice, what is that? Let us see. See, when the fishermen also poor, isn't it? The fishermen also poor. It's not compulsory that all fishermen should be rich. So the fishermen will be poor. Some of the fishermen, those who are very poor, they'll need loans for running the... Okay, so they need loans for running their households. They need what? Loans to running their household. Household means what? To buy the groceries, to run their family clothes, school fees and all this. For all this, they need money. And all fishermen are not rich. So some of them are very poor. So they cannot afford to buy the fish seedlings. Because already they need money for their household. So maybe the money will not be saved, not sufficient. So to buy the fish seedlings, may they not have the money. So what they will do? But their work is fishing only. So for money, they go for loans. So from where they will take loans? The government is not giving any loans to the fishermen. So from where they will bring the loans? They'll borrow the loans from the traders. Traders means businessmen. So they borrow loans from the traders. Okay. And traders will give advance money, the loans in advance, the money they'll give in advance. So with this advance loan, they'll buy the fish seedlings. Who will buy? The fishermen. They'll buy the fish seedlings, they'll put it into the tank. So even when they borrow the loan from the trader, this trader only will take care of fish seedlings also. He will buy, he will put it into the tank and he will take care of that fish. So after fishing, these fishermen has to sell their fishes to the traders only. And the money also, the rate will fixed by the traders only. The trader only will fix the amount. So in this way, the fisherman will not get a profit. Because they borrowed money from him. If they will not sell to them, next time they will not give loans to them. Isn't it? Will they give loans? No. For that reason, at any cost, they has to sell their fish to the traders only. And the rate also the trader only will fix. How they will fix? Usually about 10 to 20% of the actual market price. In this way, the trader makes a huge profit. What he will do? In return, the fisher folk has to sell all the produce to the trader at a price fixed by whom? Trader only. So, how he will fix 10 to 20% of the actual market price? About 10 to 20% of the actual. So, that means more profit the fisherman may not get. Okay. So, no other option also because the government will not give loans. So, they has to depend upon always traders. Traders means big businessmen. So, they will in advance they will give money to buy the fish seedlings. So, when they buy, these traders only will take care of the fish seedlings. When they grow, that all fish they has to sell to the traders. And the amount also fixed by the traders. Okay, this problem they are facing. So, how can the fishermen come out from this problem? How? Yes, exactly. The government has to provide them loans. Then only they can come out with this problem. The government has to provide them loans to buy the fish seedlings. Okay. So, if banks could give loans to the cooperative societies, the fishermen could become independent of the traded contractors. If government will give directly the loans, no need of going to the traders. Then this fisherman will become independent. No need of depending upon the trader. They'll become independent. Okay, students. They'll be independent. No need of depending upon the traders. So, this is about the what today our topic cooperative society in fishermen. Okay, students. So, now observe this picture from the beginning. Some of the topics I will revise. Of years, our ancestors means who? Our great grandfathers, they tried to utilize means use the runoff of rainwater. Runoff of means if it rains, if it will not store water anywhere, what happens? Simply this water will flow. Okay, so how they try to utilize, how they try to use this runoff of rainwater? By building the tanks. Building means constructing the tanks. Okay, and how do we know that our ancestors they have built the tanks and they utilized the runoff of rainwater? Because now we have the proof of the tanks which they have built. The tanks now we have, that is only evidence. Evidence means meaning what? Proof. You can underline that word and write the meaning. Evidence means proof. Okay, and even they used this tank water for agriculture. Okay, and even the megalithic people also. Megalithic means a large stone. You have studied in the 6th class about megalithic people. Okay, this megalithic people also they built the tanks for irrigating lands. And even you also listened that Kakatiyas also, the Kakatiya kings, those who ruled Orugallu, Varangal. So they also have built the tanks. At present also some of the tanks are available. So these are all the proofs that our ancestors, our kings, they all have built the tanks and they used the runoff of rainwater and they stored the rainwater, because only it rains for the 4 months, rest of the 8 months no rains at all in our country, isn't it? So they used to use this tank water for irrigating their fields, for drinking, etc. Okay, and these tanks enabled word is given. You can see this enabled the extension of agriculture into dry regions. Enabled meaning means able to do. So this able the extension of agriculture. Because of the tanks, the agriculture they continued. See, when no rains also they have grown crops. So even to these days, most of the villages in these regions, at least 1 or 2 major tanks are available now. Okay, students. Next our topic you can see how were the tanks built. Now you can underline the first line. The tanks were usually built by building a strong wall of stones and mud across a small stream in such a way that with a wall on just one side a large lake could be formed. Meaning what? How they used to build the tank. See, the stream water flows, isn't it? So what they used to do, they used to build one side with a stone, they used to build a wall where they used to build across a stream. So with that wall, it looks like a lake, tank. Okay, and mostly these tanks they used to build beside the agriculture field. You can see the picture showing in the textbook also. You can see there is a tank and beside that agriculture fields are there. So this tank water they have irrigated. How they have irrigated? You can see here already the channels are there. Isn't it? In between ash color given you see lines. These called channels. Through these channels you can see this channel started from the tank. So through these channels the water used to irrigate to the agriculture fields. Okay, and these tanks who built? This is the first question. So sometimes in the olden times the tanks they used to build by kings. Sometimes it built by the military leaders also. Military leaders are nothing but the nayakas. They are the leaders of the military. So military under them the military will be there. So they will take care of their food, their training and all everything. So they used to build. And sometimes people of the village also they used to build the tank. How they used to build? All the villagers from every house they used to contribute. Contribute means money. Some of the money they used to give. So after collecting the money from every house, they used to use that money for building the tanks. And to remember these tanks, they used to build beside a temple or the story they used to remember, or any festival. During the festival, they used to start to remember this. Which remember the tank. So during the festival time, like that, some important event time, they used to start building the tanks. Okay, students. And in building tanks, everyone in the village they used to contribute already I said, and all the people of the village maintained the tank. Not only they built the tank, but all together they used to take care of the tank. They used to remove the sand and silt from the tank bed. When they used to remove the tank silt after the rainy season, in the summer season, all they used to remove the silt. And silt what? See, when the in the rainy season, when the river water flows and comes, what happens? It brings lot of sand and silt. It used to be deposited under the tank bed, so that they used to remove. Why they used to remove? If they not remove, what happens? Every year the layer of the sand and silt will come and deposit. Because of that, what happens? The holding capacity of the tank decreases. Holding capacity means what? Example I will give. If a glass, if nothing is there in the glass, two glasses you take. In one glass you take mud. In one glass you don't take anything. Okay. So now you start filling the water in the glass which is half filled with the mud. And next glass which is empty, you fill water in that. Okay, again this both water in other glasses you take and see the quantity of the water. So the glass in which the mud is filled, that glass water will be less quantity compared to the empty glass. So with that we'll understand, if the deposit of silt, what happens? The holding capacity of the water decreases. Means whenever low rainfall also, the tank gets filled and water overflows. For that reason, every year all the villages together they used to remove the sand and silt from the tank bed. And even not only this, they used to appoint one person to control the water. Already you can see in this picture the channels are there. How much water and how much time water to be given to the agricultural fields. One person should be there to check all these things, isn't it? So one person they used to appoint to control the water. Regulate word is given in the textbook. You can underline, write the meaning. Regulate means control, to control the use of water from the tank. So they used to appoint one person called Neerati or Neerukatte Manishi. Neerati or Neerukatte Manishi. Now our next topic, how did the tanks help? So what are the uses of tanks? Let us see. The tanks not only give water to us and for the animals for drinking, but also it gives for irrigating the agriculture fields. And even during the time of droughts, droughts means no rains at all. During that time also, tank land can be used for growing at least some crops. And even the tanks also helped to increase the water level in the wells. Yes, if the water is filled in the tanks, automatically nearby tanks will be filled with water. Maybe tanks, no, wells. Maybe I have seen wells in the villages, isn't it? Not bore wells I am talking. Wells. Mostly in the villages you can see. Okay, in the villages you can see the wells. They'll draw water with a bucket and rope, isn't it? So, if the water is in the tanks, so nearby wells also will be filled with water. The water level will be increased. And after rain stopped, the tank water decreases and the tank bed could be used for raising some crops also. This also helps. So, the most important thing is that tanks help to prevent runoff of rainwater. If no tank, what happens? Simply the water flows. Tank is there, the water will be stored, and even the erosion of soil, the erosion of topsoil also reduces. How? See, if tank is not there, simply along with the rainwater, the topmost layer of the soil also flows along with the water. So, the topmost layer of the soil is very, very important because in that humus will be present. Humus means the dry leaves, so which is very good for the soil for growing crops or plants and trees. So, if tank is there, soil erosion also will not take place. And every year the people, what they will do, all the villages together, they will take out the silt, isn't it? That silt also they will use as a fertilizers. So they are having agriculture fields, isn't it? So this silt is a very good soil, and in this humus will be present. So this silt they will use as a fertilizers. Fertilizer is nothing but the medicine for the soil. Okay, students, and we should remember that this tanks is not only useful for one person. It's not owned by one person. Tank. This tank is belongs to the all the villages because all together they built, all contributed, all have given money to build this tank. So this tank is belongs to everyone. So everyone is benefited with the tank. All the villages. Okay. So these are how did the tanks help. So many advantages are there with the tanks. Okay, students, this is just a revise for you. Already I have explained you. This is the revise. Second, next, decline of tanks in our times. Isn't it? Decline means what? Decreasing. Why the tanks are being decreasing during our time? Now you observe what I explained. How did the tanks help? Some important points let us underline. How I underline, you also underline, students. Tanks helps people not only giving them and their animals for drinking, but also irrigating fields in such a way that even during drought years they could raise at least some crops. And the tanks also help to increase the water level in the wells nearby. Next, the most important thing is that tanks help to prevent runoff of rainwater and the erosion of topsoils. Every year people would collect the tank silt and use it to their fields. Okay. You underline this. Okay. Then, why decline of tanks in our times? Let us discuss. So, during the last 20 or 30 years, what happened? You know, the people started neglecting the tanks. What they started? They started neglecting the tanks. Okay, neglecting means not taking care. Neglecting means what? Not taking care of the tanks. Okay, that's why the tank bunds are breakdown. And repairs to the tanks, desilting. Desilting means removing the silt from the tank bed. These are all not doing now. Okay. Okay. So repairs to the tanks, desilting, etc. have not been done regularly. And people also have gradually taken over the tank land for building houses or for agriculture. So what they are doing now, they are not taking care of the tanks. Simply they are neglecting, not desilting. Okay, and the dried area of the tank, the command area of the tank which is dried, that area they are taking for building houses without permission of the government. They are building houses and they are growing some crops. So because of this, what happened? The result, what will be the result if they not take care? That everywhere the tanks have been dried. They have neglected. Okay, they have uncared. They have uncared. Not taking care of the tank. So instead of taking care, what the people are doing at present now? They are digging the deeper and deeper tube wells. Here I'll write, instead of caring for the tanks, we have been digging deeper and deeper tube wells. Tube wells means what? Bore wells. Now what we are using, we'll switch on the button. Directly the water will be filled in that overhead tank. At your home on the roof, the tanks will be there. That will be filled. How it will fill? Actually, they will dig. Okay, very some 500 feet, for example, and inside the water, submersible pump they will fit inside the water. Only the pump will be there. Okay, whenever you want water, so that will be connected with the wire, and that wire will be connected outside to the meter. One separate meter will be there for the bore pump. That will be connected. Whenever you switch on the button, the submersible pump will pump out water from the down, and already we will give the pipelines to our tank. So our tanks will be filled. So in that way, easy way, the people are easy way digging and digging tube wells. Deeper and deeper they are digging, and they are using. It's very costly, even though they are using that only, and they have completely neglected the tanks. Okay, students. And but what is the disadvantage of bore well? One is costly, and nowadays the groundwater level also decreased. In the summer season, we are facing the scarcity of water. So why we are facing scarcity of water? Because we are not taking care of our tanks. So how the groundwater level will be increased? It won't be increased. And one more disadvantage, what? This tanks belongs to tank. Now tube well is there at your home, bore pump. That belongs to only your family, your house. But tanks belongs to the whole villagers. Isn't it? And even bore pump is very, very expensive also. Costly. Expensive means what? Costly. Okay, students. Now let us go to the previous page and underline, and I'll show some meanings to you. Okay, students. Now you underline some of the meanings. Okay, student. So here you underline evidence word is there. You can see evidence word, underline and write meaning. Proof, P-R-O-O-F, proof. Okay. Then you come to next, leave a line, and next line you come megaliths. Megaliths means what? A large prehistoric time. Okay. And you come to enabled. You can see here enabled word, able to do. Enabled meaning what? Able, A-B-L-E, able to do. Able to do. And go to the first line, ancestors are there. You write a person in your family. A person in your family who lived long time. Who lived long time before you. Okay. Then here, how were the tanks built? Important, you write here, underline. The tanks are usually built by building a strong wall of stones and mud across a small stream. Okay, up to here you underline. Then right side you come, tanks are sometimes built by the kings, sometimes by military leaders or nayakas, or often by the people of the villages themselves. Okay, these are the important points. Okay, students. Now let us discuss about Mission Kakatiya. What is Mission Kakatiya? Already we discussed it, that this is one mission which started by our state government after the formation of our state. Earlier It was Andhra Pradesh. Telangana and Andhra Pradesh together. After separation of this state, the new state formed Telangana. And at that time, the government of Telangana started one program. That is what? Yes, Mission Kakatiya, Mana Uru, Mana Cheru. So why they started? What is the main aim of this mission? The main of this mission is okay. So Mission Kakatiya. So what is the aim of this Mission Kakatiya? Removal of silt from the tank beds. Already we discussed at the beginning of the lesson that all the villages they used to remove the silt from the tank bed. Later on they all have neglected, isn't it, students? So the aim of this Mission Kakatiya is that only, that they should remove the silt from the tank bed and they should repair and construction of tank bunds. So how many tanks are neglected in our Telangana? 47,000 tanks. So the aim of this mission is that they should be remove the silt from the tank beds and they have to construct the tank bunds. Okay, students. So you underline this Mission Kakatiya. I will underline. I will show you. You underline. After the formation of the state, the government of Telangana has started a program of minor irrigation of tanks. This program called Mission Kakatiya Mana Uru Mana Cheru aims at removal of silt from the tank beds and repair full passage. Okay, students. Okay, very clearly you underline. These are the important points. Okay, remaining let us see tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day.